Hello, good evening. Welcome to Beyond the Boundary from the Bolton Cricket League. My name's Simon Booth. I'm one of the members of the exec committee. I'm involved at Farmouth Cricket Club. I'm current first team captain, and I've been asked by the BCL exec to interview a few of our sort of member clubs, captains, chairmen, players, etc. And I'm glad to say I'm here with Little Lever's first team captain, Josh Gent. Josh, how are you doing?
Evening, Simon. How are you doing? All right?
Yeah, good, mate. Yeah, not bad at all. Thank you very much. I don't think we'll get many interviews in a hot tub, I'll be honest. But fair play to you. So we'll crack on without further ado, Josh, if that's all right. Obviously, we've had a little conversation beforehand, but what I wanted you to do, obviously, just introduce yourself, who you are, your club, obviously what you're involved in, because obviously I know you're heavily involved, but for the people who don't know you, a bit about yourself, please.
Yeah, my name's obviously Josh Gent, Little Lever captain. Like Simon just said, heavily involved in the club. First team captain, groundsman, kit man, barman, tea lady if I want. You know, the job lot. I'm the full package.
Happy days.
I'm a proper club man.
Well, yeah, that's true. You are definitely a club man. First question I want to ask you, Josh, is obviously what was your club's plans for 2020 season in terms of players, club improvements, and any sort of possible events in your social calendar?
Events within the social calendar, I would say it was business as usual because the club does quite well with functions. A lovely function room. Upstairs bar's been renovated. We'll come on to that later on.
Yeah.
But business as usual, really, with things like that. I think the football would have played a big part for us with the European Championships, etc.
The Euros,
that would have been, you know, a big money maker for our club. But other than that, it was business as usual. With the regards to cricket, the first team had this year signed a professional from South Africa. He was called Ruben Herman. He's now playing for the Titans and Northerns. He's a batsman. Very good batsman, actually. He's been doing really well at home. And we'd also signed... He was from... I don't know the actual district he was from, but we also signed I think it was Cape Town. We've also signed an overseas amateur from Cape Town, Armand Erasmus, who played at a really good standard. Young lad, looking to come over and do well. That was one thing that we'd done. The team that we had from last year had stayed together. We seem to have a bit of a solid unit in the minute. We had a couple of the older guys in the team that had retired. Simon Anderson and Anthony Hilton. I don't know if they're retired now. But it certainly wasn't at the end of last season. But we'll see how things pan out this season.
Well, you've got a pro in Simon, and obviously Hilty can do a few good accents and what have you. So he could throw a South African accent on and be all right.
We've still got that. And we've got onto the old goat, Adil Nissar. He's still about with us.
Yeah.
So we had high hopes for this season, and we've got a really strong bond between the lads, etc. You know, we're not just teammates. We don't just turn up on a Saturday. Oh, how's your week been at work? And have you, you know, how you doing? And blah blah blah. We're mates. You know, we during the week, it's not a big thing if 5 or 6 of us went out on a Thursday for a few beers or whatever. We'd become a decent unit.
Yeah, tight knit.
Yeah, so we had some high hopes.
So obviously, in terms of players, obviously you secured a pro and overseas, and obviously you still maintain the side that did so well the season before. One thing we'd not sort of covered there was the club improvement bit. Obviously, talk us a little bit about your club improvement, because I know it's been all over Twitter about the renovation of the club.
Yeah. So obviously, through the club now doing quite well financially, it's been struggling for quite a number of years, and we've got a good committee in place and good people around the club who are willing to do the bit. free of charge. You know, they're willing to do the bit because of the love of the club, and that's where clubs can really take off, because, you know, not many people do things for nothing these days. You know, and it, you know, when if people did stuff and did it for a fee, you sort of sometimes can't whinge it, because not many people would. But we seem to have a nucleus of people that are willing to, you know, really, really get stuck in and do it just for the cause of our club and to improve our club.
Yeah.
And it's created funds to be able to renovate upstairs, which is the members' lounge.
Yeah.
As you know, downstairs is the function room, etc. But the members' lounge, we wanted to renovate it more than we had done. But when we started, we had like a pot of money to go at it, and we found some underlying issues with the building itself. So when it's been built previously, it's been built not to the regulations that have got to be built now. So we had a lot of you know, stalls on the way.
Yeah.
So to make the building structurally sound, there were a new roof gone on, new like steel beams replaced for wooden beams, and so on. So we've ended up making it look really good. It's fantastic. It's a million times better than what it is. And we're really proud of what we've done up there. But we have some tricky things on the way to come by. But it's a lot of it's been done by the people who are willing to get stuck in as well.
Brilliant. And obviously the famous little lever balcony, is that still in place, or is it changed? Or
Yeah, no, it's had a new flooring put down, so there's plenty more beer will get spilled on there, as well as over everybody else's heads walking back in from batting or whatever happens.
I was going to say,
you know?
If anyone's played at Little Lever, you either cop a load of stick off there, or you wear half a pint off somebody. So
yeah,
you know, fair play.
No, so everything's still intact. Everything's still in the same sort of the way, but everything's been renewed in a way, if you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Fresher, better, looks bigger. It's not bigger, but it looks bigger the way it's been redesigned. So,
Brilliant.
Yeah, I'm confident that people will enjoy it, and plenty
so obviously
more.
you must have been opening for a sort of a grand opening and a big do and a big take off that.
Yeah, it's such a shame because we are so ready for this season. It's untrue.
Yeah.
Because we had all this work going on and everyone got involved and we were ready. But, you know, we're in the same boat as everybody else. So it is what it is.
Just slightly moving on, obviously, you know, COVID-19, coronavirus, whatever you want to call it, has hit sort of everything in normal day-to-day life. Absolutely everything. Jobs, employment, you name it, the way that we're living. How has the situation obviously hit the club in terms of senior cricket and junior cricket?
Well, obviously, I think it's hit the club in the same way it's hit any club. We're not allowed to play cricket. We're not allowed to train. We're not allowed to have any aspect of the exercises as you've seen by government guidelines. It's a walk, a run, a bike ride. It's not any, you know, sport as you'd see.
Yeah.
People like enjoyment sport, you know, which is fair enough, isn't it? You know, if that's what it is, that's what it is.
You've not your video. Oh, there he's back.
Sorry, that's fine.
No, it's all right. In terms of, I mean, it's a daft question to ask, but what are you guys doing about it? You know, what sort of things are you doing to combat it?
I think like with regards to junior cricket, the guys who run the All Stars and the junior teams are like majorly still keeping in contact with all the parents.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's just gone off again. Someone's trying to ring me. With the junior parents, they're still trying to get involved with them. And, you know, say, listen, when this is over, we're getting back straight on it. We're doing this, we're doing that, which is good. Just keeping people interested, because I'm pretty sure, as you know, the lack of interest in cricket, like towards junior cricket.
Yeah,
is,
it's there to see. You know, it's a numbers game, isn't it?
It's just not this. You know, it's not what it used to be. So trying to keep the lads and girls that you've brought through is another thing, isn't it? You know, you've got to keep hold of that. So
agreed.
The senior guys understand it more, but the kids may not really get that. So we've really been trying to push to try and keep that.
There's more for kids to do these days, so they don't just have to play cricket, and that's the the dangerous thing is that potentially these kids are going to go on and do something else. That's
and
the
that's
problem.
it. And we're lucky to have a good gang that does get involved in the junior side with that respect.
We've sort of touched on pros and overseas, but one question that has been posed is that what's the importance of professionals and overseas amateurs at league level?
Well, it's massive, isn't it?
What would you, from your clubs? Obviously, Little Lever's had some fantastic pros over the years, but how would you sort of gauge the importance of having professionals and overseas?
We'll gauge it in the fact that some people, I don't know how you feel, but if I turn up and you let a few of your mates down one day, you don't turn up for a cricket game, you say sorry to your mates and it'll all be all right, because your mates. But if you turn up and you've let your club down, I feel like that's a big thing. Okay. So if you turn up and your professional's not there, you turn up and you're not there, but your professional is, and you've let him down. You've let your overseas amateur down. You've let your club down. You know what I mean? I sort of feel like it's a pressure to make sure that you're at every training session because the pro's going to be there, because the overseas amateur's going to be there. And I think that spreads across the board, and it's because everybody's playing with a professional, and it's like you get the buzz out of playing with a professional and an overseas amateur and people from different countries, and you want to do really well by them, and you want your team to do well because they want to do well. They're here to do well. And I think everybody just you want to be around them sort of people, don't you? If you're playing cricket at a decent level, you want to be around the best that you can be around. And I think if these professionals and overseas are here, then you want to be around them as much as you can. I know I do. And you want to learn things, don't you? And pick things up and learn things. And that's what it's all about. And if they're just here, you may as well get everything that you can out of these people, aren't you? You may as well you're paying for them. You may as well take as much advice, as much passion and courage, whatever they've got to give you, you should take it off them. So I feel it's a massive thing for leagues to have that. And I think it improves standards massively, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think so. I think if you pitch yourself against the pros, whether you're batting against one or you're bowling at one, or, 1 week you get more than pro or whatever, it's a huge thing, definitely. T20 cricket I wanted to sort of mention, and obviously Little Lever are a club. I don't know whether people will know this or not, but obviously, it's muted that Little Lever were one of the first ever clubs to sort of bring T20 to the fore, and that's across the country. So, you can do your homework about that. In terms of T20 cricket, Josh, obviously, what does Little Lever currently do? And then in the future, what do they want to happen with T20 cricket?
Well, as you know, like you said, then Little Lever sort of touched base on T20 cricket a long, long time ago.
Yeah.
Had the Jubilee, etc. And sort of like every year when the T20 comes on, you'll get you'll know yourself side through 3 games you can have in a weekend, can't you, for 6 weeks? Not every single, but pretty much Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And I gather that the majority of my players will be, I can play Friday, but I can play Friday, Saturday, but I can't play Sunday.
Yeah.
Not like I'll play in AIMA Cup and I'll play in League, but I'm not going to play Friday with only being a T20. Everybody wants to play T20. It's a big game.
Yeah.
Exciting, fun to play in, fun to watch. Brings good crowds, brings money to the club. We take more on a Friday than we do on a Saturday, guaranteed.
I think most clubs do. If
most clubs do, don't they? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Of course they do. There's clubs. So, I mean, that itself, if you're taking more money on a Friday than you are doing on a Saturday or a Sunday in an AIMA Cup game, then that shows the importance of T20, because clubs are there to make money, to survive, and to be able to improve the standards and do whatever they've got to do. So I think, that shows it straight away, doesn't it?
People want to watch, and like you say, it brings the kids and it brings mums and dads watching, and what's all this T20 all about? It's a shortened format. You're not there all day. Cricket's got this perception of being long-winded and boring, and like you say, if something can over and done within a couple of hours, and there's a barbecue on and a few beers and what have you, people will come and watch. And
of course,
I think it's a big part of league cricket, and I think if anything, the international game, professional game, that's only getting bigger. So the amateur game that we play, and that's only going to follow suit.
Yeah, of course it is. Yeah,
it's not going to be long until the leagues start looking at changing to the 100 like they do at the moment. That can't be far off. And I think probably some leagues have already said, we'll mimic that and we'll change it.
Yeah.
Last sort of question with a top hat on it. What do you think the current coronavirus situation will do for cricket in future years? Which is a question I think no one knows the answer to, but I'd like to know your opinion.
Hopefully nothing.
Okay.
Hopefully.
Obviously.
With regards to the game, with regards to turning up, with regards to playing the game, having your tea in the same room, hopefully not. Changing rooms, getting changed with the lads. I think it's a big thing. Getting changed with the lads together. You don't want to be turning up in your whites.
Yeah,
we have the biggest banter. Turning up, getting changed, taking the mic out of each other, and and having the laugh. And when we get back in the change rooms after the game, if we've won, there'll be beer being worn all over and drinking it, and people not worrying about who's got what bottle and stuff. I hope that things will go back to how it was. Will it happen? God knows. But if things happen in regards to hygiene, where before you go for your tea, you hand sanitize, you do this, you do that, then, fair enough, there's plenty of it around, then that's fine. That can only help people, but I think if anything, you ask anyone, you wanted to go back how it was, don't you?
Fingers crossed. I think time will tell, but...
time will tell. That's what will happen. But
we don't know, do we?
Anybody who comes on to this sort of interview and says, "Yeah, it's going to be this, it's going to be that," who knows?
Yeah, none of us do.
None of us do. All we can hope is that it doesn't affect our cricket and your normal life. Never mind cricket, just your normal personal life. As long as it doesn't affect that too much, is a massive thing, isn't it?
Yeah, I get that. No probs. Lovely. Well, Josh, thanks for your time. Appreciate that. And obviously, if we do any follow-ups to this, I'll be in touch. So, thanks for me. Obviously, live from your hot tub. Thanks for giving me a bit of time. And obviously, we'll pop this on the social media channels when we can. Cheers, Josh.
Thanks, Simon. Cheers. Bye.
Cheers, bud. Thank you.